Losing a spouse is one of the hardest things any of us will ever face. It's a moment that changes everything. Your daily routine, your emotions, even the way you see the future. And if you're watching this, maybe you're in that place right now, feeling a little lost, a little overwhelmed, and wondering, what do I do next? I've been there too, and I want you to know, you're not alone. Today, I'm diving into 6 essential steps every senior needs to know if their spouse passes away. These aren't just practical tips. They're lifelines to help you navigate this difficult time with a little more clarity and a little less stress. So, stick with me until the end, because what we're about to cover could make all the difference in helping you find your footing again. The first thing to understand is that grief doesn't follow a schedule. Some days you might feel okay, and other days, the weight of it all can be crushing. That's normal. But in the middle of all those emotions, there are still important things that need your attention. Not because anyone's rushing you, but because taking small, steady steps can actually help you heal. Let's start with something simple but crucial. Giving yourself permission to pause. Right now, you might feel pressure to make big decisions about the house, finances, even belongings. But here's the truth. You don't have to figure everything out today. In fact, most experts advise against making major changes in the first year. Your heart needs time to catch up with your head. So if someone asks you about selling the family home or dividing up possessions, it's okay to say, "I'm not ready yet." This isn't about avoiding the inevitable, it's about honoring your own pace. Now, while you're taking that emotional breath, there's one practical task that can't wait: locating important documents. Your spouse's will, life insurance policies, bank statements, even their social security information. These are the pieces of the puzzle you'll need in the coming months. If you're not sure where to start, begin with their desk, filing cabinet, or a safe deposit box. And if that feels overwhelming, ask a trusted family member or friend to sit with you while you sort through things. You don't have to do it all at once. Just knowing where everything is will give you a sense of control during a time when so much feels uncertain. Another thing that often catches people off guard is the sheer amount of paperwork that follows a loss. From notifying Social Security to updating utility bills, it can feel like a never-ending list. But here's a little secret. You don't have to tackle it alone. Reach out to your local area agency on aging or a senior legal aid service. Many organizations offer free help to surviving spouses, guiding you through everything from probate to pension benefits. It's one of those resources too many people don't know about until they really need it. And speaking of support, let's talk about the people around you. Some will surprise you with their kindness, showing up with a meal, offering to drive you to appointments, or just sitting quietly with you when words aren't enough. But others might unintentionally say things that hurt, like, "You should be over it by now," or, "At least they're not suffering." When that happens, remember, their words say more about their own discomfort with grief than about your journey. It's okay to set boundaries. You don't have to comfort others while you're mourning. We've covered a lot here, but trust me, we're just getting started. There's more to talk about, like how to handle finances when you're used to sharing them, or the unexpected emotions that come with rediscovering who you are outside of being a spouse. But for now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you been through this? What's one piece of advice you'd give to someone walking this path? Drop a comment below. Your wisdom could be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if this video resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that like button, share it with a friend who might need it, and subscribe to the channel. Every click, every share, it tells me that these conversations matter, that we're helping each other through life's toughest moments. And that's what this community is all about. Now, let's keep moving forward, because even in the hardest seasons, there's still hope, still healing, and still a way through. There's a strange thing that happens after losing a spouse. Sometimes the quiet moments are the hardest. The house feels different. The routines you built together suddenly have gaps, and you might catch yourself reaching for the phone to share something before remembering they're not there. It's in those moments that the next steps we're going to talk about become so important, not just for your practical needs, but for your heart, too. Let's talk about finances. For many couples, one person handles most of the money matters, paying bills, managing investments, even just keeping track of accounts. If that was your spouse, stepping into that role now can feel intimidating. But here's the good news. You don't have to become an overnight expert. Start by making a list. Bank accounts, credit cards, any automatic payments. If you're not sure where to begin, schedule a meeting with your bank or a financial advisor. Bring a trusted friend or family member with you if it helps. They can take notes, ask questions, or just be a second set of ears. And remember, there's no such thing as a silly question. If you don't understand something, say so. This is your life, your security, and you deserve to feel confident about it. Now, let's address something that doesn't get talked about enough: the way grief can play tricks on your memory. In those early months, it's common to forget things, appointments, names, even whether you've already told a story. That's not a sign of decline, it's your brain's way of coping with stress. So give yourself grace. Keep a notebook by your bed or use your phone to jot down reminders. And if you're worried about missing important deadlines, like renewing a driver's license or paying property taxes, set up a simple system. A wall calendar, sticky notes, or even asking a friend to check in with you can make all the difference. One of the most unexpected challenges after losing a partner is figuring out who you are now. For years, maybe decades, your identity was tied to being part of a couple. Now, suddenly, you're navigating life solo, and that can feel disorienting. Maybe you're realizing you don't even know what you like anymore. Did you prefer quiet evenings at home? Or was that your spouse's preference? Would you rather travel or stay close to family? These aren't small questions, and the answers might surprise you. This is where small experiments help. Try something new, a hobby you always wondered about, a different route on your morning walk, even just cooking a meal exactly how you like it. There's no right or wrong here. It's about rediscovering yourself, one little choice at a time. And if that feels lonely, consider this. Joining a grief support group can be incredibly powerful. Not because you'll get over your loss, you won't, but because being around others who truly understand can make the burden feel lighter. Many communities have groups specifically for widows and widowers, and there are even online options if leaving home feels like too much. We've still got more ground to cover, like how to handle those first holidays alone, or the complicated emotions that come with downsizing. But before we move on, I'd love to hear from you. Have you found a way to reconnect with yourself after loss? Or maybe you've discovered a resource, a book, a podcast, a person that's been a lifeline? Share it in the comments. Your words might be the light someone else needs today. And if you're finding value in this conversation, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to make sure you don't miss what's coming next. And it helps me keep creating content that matters to you. Because here's the truth. No one should have to walk this road alone. Together we can find our way forward, one step, one story, one shared moment at a time. Now let's keep going. Because the most important part of this journey isn't just surviving, it's learning how to live again. You know, there's a moment that comes, maybe weeks or months after losing your spouse, when you realize grief isn't a straight line. Some days, you'll feel stronger, almost like yourself again. Other days, a song or a smell, or just the way the light hits the kitchen table will bring it all rushing back. And that's okay. Healing isn't about moving on. It's about learning how to carry love and loss together. Now, let's talk about something that weighs heavily on many widows and widowers. The first milestones without them. Birthdays, anniversaries, holidays. These aren't just dates on a calendar. They're emotional landmines. But here's what I've learned from others who've walked this path. You don't have to endure these days the way you always did. Give yourself permission to change traditions. If Christmas morning in the same house feels unbearable, maybe you spend it with grandchildren instead. Or volunteer serving meals to others who are lonely. If your wedding anniversary comes around, light a candle, tell their favorite stories, or ignore the day completely. There's no rule book here. Your grief, your way. Something else that often gets overlooked, your physical health. Grief isn't just an emotional experience. It takes a real toll on your body. You might notice more aches, trouble sleeping, or even a weakened immune system. This isn't just aging. It's the stress of loss manifesting physically. So here's your gentle reminder. Keep that annual physical appointment. Tell your doctor exactly what's happened. They need to know why you might be more fatigued or forgetful than usual. And if you're struggling to remember medications, try a pill organizer with alarms, or ask your pharmacy about pre-sorted dose packs. Your health matters, not just for you, but for everyone who loves you. Now, about the house. Sooner or later, you'll face decisions about their belongings. Clothes in the closet, tools in the garage, that collection of whatever they loved that takes up an entire shelf. Here's my best advice. There's no deadline. Some people find comfort in keeping things exactly as they were for years. Others need to clear space to breathe. If you do decide to sort through belongings, try this. Invite a trusted friend over, set a timer for just 30 minutes, and start with one drawer. Not the whole house, just one drawer. And keep a box for maybe items. Things you're not ready to part with but don't need to decide about today. Finally, let's talk about the future. Because yes, there still is one. It might look different than you planned, but it can still be beautiful. Maybe it's reconnecting with old friends who've been waiting to hear from you. Maybe it's finally taking that trip you always talked about someday. Or maybe it's simply learning to enjoy your own company, to sit with the silence until it feels less like emptiness and more like peace. If there's one thing I want you to take away from all this, it's this. You're allowed to grieve and grow at the same time, to miss them terribly while still finding joy in small moments, to honor their memory while writing new chapters they'll never see. That's not betrayal. It's the bravest kind of love. Before I go, I'd love to hear from you. What's one small thing that's brought you comfort during this season? A song? A recipe? A grandchild's laughter? Share it below. Your story might be exactly what another grieving heart needs to hear today. And if this conversation has meant something to you, please hit that like button. It helps more people find these words when they need them most. Subscribe too, because we're just getting started with these important talks. Remember, dear friend, you're not just surviving this, you're teaching the rest of us how to face life's hardest moments with courage and grace. Until next time, go gentle with yourself. The world needs exactly who you are, scars, wisdom, and all.